I head out to meet Jade. She's exactly where she said she'd be, and waves as I hurry over. We chat a bit about Nora and how she's doing, the Naiads, and how the Prescients have settled in. Then we move to the topic at hand.
A new batch of people want to cross over.
From where?
Every day, more people want to try to switch sides and join us.
Oh, from MK?
Hoping things will get better if we win.
Okay. She falls silent and gestures for me to follow her into a covered alley. We duck in, and then I hear it, a high-pitched whirring overhead. The sound hovers in place for a few seconds before moving along. The pitch warps as it flies out of earshot.
Those drones aren't supposed to be out until nightfall. We should be careful. Soldiers are everywhere too. See, this is why I asked for you. We have people on MK's side of town willing to help us, but that won't prevent things from going south.
I have some errands to run. Perhaps I can find something to help.
Maybe, but be careful. Don't get sidetracked. Every minute counts.
Okay. Echoes of gunfire. A wounded empire on the verge of collapse will do anything to keep its grip on people. Timer 6 turns. Consequences. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is if I take 6 turns. Echoes of gunfire. I don't want that to happen. Infiltrate MK's territory. It's risky for you, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. Scout ahead and see if anything looks odd. Cause a diversion. Corrupt soldiers. Corrupt soldiers. Okay. And what about here? Almost charity. There is only one way to get what we need. Ask for medicine. Ask for food. A fundraiser. The people are with us. Crack a joke. Refuse the money. A new tax. The world keeps going. Restricted liberties. Okay. What do I want to do? Cause a diversion? I can't do 6, right? Because this says in 6 turns. Timer 6 turns. Echoes of gunfire. Infiltrate MK's territory. Cause a diversion. Corrupt soldiers. Almost charity is the only one to get what we need. Ask for medicine. Ask for food. Can I corrupt soldiers? Can I do that? Have 2 bond. I don't have 2 bond. What do I have? All I have is 1 truth. Cause a diversion. I guess cause a diversion is the only one I could do. Yeah, screw it. Cause a diversion. Omar's here, and I see him whispering a plan to a group of supporters. Before I can ask what's happening, all hell breaks loose. The group scatters, pulling on masks while hooting and hollering. Others join in, and soon the whole street is a mass of bodies and sound. The troops nearby have snapped to alert, but they don't know where to look. Jade's safe passage just became safer. It's still true. We can count on Alma to have our backs. Okay, perfect. The new residents. It wouldn't be safe to open the barricades now. Corrupt soldiers. Infiltrate's risky for you. Yeah, I don't have 2 bond to do that. And I got what, 5 turns before gunshot? Yeah, I got 5 turns before gunshots. The new residents. This would shut off this. Gain 1 chaos. What about here? Almost charity. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gain 1 bond. Gain 1 bond. I could do this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Yeah, let me try this. Right? Yeah, let me try this. Almost charity. Right? This won't lock out the other one, right? I head out into the city. There's a collection of stores that provide for those in need. There's no catchy name, it's just called the Association. It's our only hope right now. I mean, Laszlo's Garden can feed a few of us, but not the crowd we're currently dealing with. As I approach the first shop, I feel embarrassed. The other people here look in far worse shape than I do. Shame washes over me. Everything the Association provides to me is something it can't provide to them. How did things end up like this? Not just for me, for everyone here. Athena is a wealthy enough place, modern. There should be more than enough to go around. The drone buzzes overhead in counterpoint to my own conclusion. There is enough to go around, but those on top have taken it all for their own. I grind my nails into my palm, gulp down my emotions, and step forward. I mostly need food and medicine, but things are rationed as much as possible. Okay, how much do I have? I have 4 turns left now, right? Yeah, this one shuts that one off, right? Yeah, okay, I gotta time this perfectly. As for medicine... let's go ask for food. My stomach grumbles as I wait to reach the head of the queue. I think of Nora's drawn face, of Ursula refusing even the smallest of meals, with obvious half-truths. We need food. Finally, I arrive at the head of the queue, and the woman behind the counter smiles warmly at me. She inquires about my day, lightly, gently. She knows not to pry. I smile and reel off some general platitudes. When she asks what I need, I point to the food stores. This should keep us going. For now. Okay. Okay. I got food. 3 turns until echoes of gunfire. Okay, I gotta hurry up. And then... people are with us. A fundraiser. They share what they can because they do not fear will be taken from them. Okay. I think a fundraiser here should happen now. Gain 1 bond. A group of Alma locals have gathered money to help us take care of the Prescients and manage after Laszlo's death. It's not much, but it's enough to help. They set up a page using MK's own crowdfunding portal. It's hard not to laugh at the irony. I'm surprised MK didn't shut it down. So were the organizers, they tell me, but it was probably too small for MK to even notice. I can't thank them without crying. They hold me, these strangers, until my shoulders stop shaking. We'll manage, thanks to them. Okay, I got money, and I have 2 bond now. Let's see here. What do we have here? Does this have 3 truth crystals? Do you realize the impact you are having? What goes around? Okay. I have 2 bond now, which allows me to corrupt soldiers. Greedy capitalists love to say that everything has a price, right? Find out what's theirs. So what, corrupt soldiers? Let's try it. We head out to one of the many barricades that have gone up across the island. I'm not sure what we're doing until Jade flashes a series of hand signs, words with no sounds. One of the soldiers wanders over. I begin to wonder if we're all in on a bad spy movie. He looks me over slowly, licking his lips all the while. It's all I can do to not punch him squarely in the groin. Apparently, I'm not hiding my intent as well as I imagine. Jade places my hand on my arm, and she slips the man an envelope. 5 minutes later, he's back with several bags of supplies, a wicked grin on his face. I think he's already imagining how he'll profit from this deal. Okay, I mean, sure, why not? And now the new residence. And this revokes echoes of gunfire, which means no one will get shot, because there's still 1 more turn in the timer. So yeah, the new residence. The handoff is quick and it's tense. We open the barricades just long enough for them to pass, and just as we close it, MK's private militia crashes against it in full gear. People run up to brace it up. Jade and Omar are furious.
That was less than ideal.
Sloppy. That was a real risk.
Before we can say more, the crowd seethes, displacing us with another rush at the barricade. After a few minutes, Yana emerges from the mist and approaches me.
Dude, what a day. Up for a hug?
Yes, please. But quickly.
One brief but very tight hug at later.
Feels stupid to ask, but how's everything?
Not great.
Right, gotcha.
We do have plenty of space at the Naiads, at least. They're always open to you, you know.
Oh, me? Wow. What will the neighbors say?
They smile mischievously. At least something positive might come from all this. Okay, go home. You have felt enough emotion for one day. Go home and tell the others what you did. Gain 10 truth crystals? Yeah, I don't have anything, Now, there's no overarching arc right now, right? No, there's not. There's, like, no overarching arc right now, so... I'm pretty sure it's just, like, who becomes the new heart. Go home. That gives me 10 truths. I return home with a couple of people who need a place to stay. Yana's one of them. As we travel, we make sure to stay out of sight of all drones. Ursula meets us as we enter the Naiads.
Good to see everyone here in one piece.
Mother, you remember Yana? They'll be staying here as well.
At last we meet again. Do make yourself at home, Yana. Your assistance has been very much appreciated.
Thanks. I try.
I smile at Yana's out-of-character formality. They notice and elbow me gently in the ribs. Okay. Okay. While Yana and the others get settled, I start to work, doing small tasks here and there. I want to make myself useful, help everyone here. Nora keeps me company as I roam the Naiads, giving me a running commentary of what I missed while I was out. She holds my flashlight a few times too. By the end of the night, I'm exhausted, but I feel a sense of accomplishment. We made it through another day. Okay, and we got new people now, right? So, on the shoulders, it's hard not to feel responsible. More repression in Alma. I guess it's a good thing you didn't venture over to their side of Athena. More repression in Alma. Jesus. Have one Chaos Crystal. Or attack on the block. Did you show Athena that brute force won't make you comply? Have one Power Crystal. Ooh, well wait, I can't do any of these. One Chaos and one Power. But this is locked now, right? Yeah, this is locked. Echoes of Gunfire is locked, so I won't trigger that. So I guess I could go here now, right? Yeah, have 3 truth crystals. What goes around, actions have consequences. Okay, what happened here? My heart aches knowing that people are suffering because of us, but MK is the root of it all. The coming days will be harsh, but the people who were generous to us don't forget it. But unless something miraculous happens, the situation can only get more desperate. How long can we help each other out before we have to make an impossible choice? Okay. I mean, that wasn't that bad. I have no idea what all this path is. Like, Jesus, there's a lot here. Every day's a struggle. The Alma commune. Every day's a struggle. More harassment every day. Yeah, there were 3 paths. I went through this one. Every day's a struggle. Consider MK's offer. Ursula's warning. Find a way to survive. Nora's school. How do I take care of everyone? Ask for food. Ask for medicine. A way to fight MK. Tracking down witness. Hacking time. Nothing to be done. Time to answer MK. Time to choose what to do. Keep a low pro. Publish a video. Omar's MK supporter reaction. Jesus, there's a lot of paths here. Refuse the money. New attacks. Restricted liberties. Application denied. The world keeps going. Wow, there's a lot. Yeah, attack on the... Wait. Yeah, on my shoulders. Wait. Have 1 power crystal. Have 1 chaos. So yeah, this one. Everyone's a bit stunned by the day. We drift around like ghosts, processing everything that just happened. It's not hard not to think it's our fault. Nora and Ursula have been considering how to keep helping the Prescients, and Jade and Omar are wondering how to keep bringing people and supplies into Alma.
At this rate, I'm even willing to say a prayer. Not certain who will hear it, especially with the revelation of Reverie. But it can't hurt.
Soon, Omar will have to open his shop for the day. Money's still needed. Yana wants to help as well, but it's clear they're not quite at ease here yet. We have a little chat. It's nothing deep, but I can tell they have something on their mind they aren't telling me about, but I could give them time. If they need to tell me anything, they know where I am. The more people work together, the more I feel warm for turning to the Naiads. We might not have a lot, but it's enough. MK won't stop, and if Alma suffers, MK won't be kind to those who stood against it. Somehow, we have to keep challenging them. And if we're not overwhelmed enough, I remember there's still a lot to do today. As if we're not overwhelmed enough, I remember there's still a lot to do today. Repair a sink, change a light bulb, move furniture around to make more space. Small stuff, but it adds up. Okay, I don't have this and I don't have that. At the end of the day... Okay, let's see here. And I am so exhausted. It feels like an eternity since I came back to Athena looking for Ursula. Things have only become more complex and uncertain since then. I just want to take a shower and sleep, but there's one last thing I should probably do. Meet with the aspirations. No doubt they expect to hear from me directly at this point. If I try to sleep, strange dreams will wake me up before I can manage any rest. Dreams of mangrove roots, chiptunes, and rippling water, and colorful flames. No time like the present. I cradle my medallion between my hands. Okay, a frank discussion. Glory, listen to them, bridge the distance, turn them down, listen to them, gain 5. Much later. Okay, frank discussion. Before I can disassociate and cross into reverie, though, Yana knocks on my door. They enter and take a good look around. Silent.
You look tired.
Brilliant deduction.
We share a smile, but there's still tension underlying Yana's demeanor.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I wanted to talk. And since we don't know what's coming, I'd like to do it now.
Yana is blunt about other people's feelings, but usually they keep what truly matters to them locked deep inside. Is that why they seem so tense?
After what happened, and I know now isn't the best time, and I hate that it sounds so cliche, but, I like you, Polly. We can leave that kiss on the beach if you want to, but if not, I'd love to kiss you again, now. The rest can wait until morning. Up to you.
If anything happens, will you be here in the morning?
This time, with you, I might be.
I think of everything that's happened between the two of us. Reckoning despite the pressure of MK and Reverie, Yana sticking their neck out for me and my family. And long before that, when we were teenagers, when we were just kids, how amazing I thought we were then, even then. The classes we shared, the group projects we worked on, I used to help them with science homework, and they helped me with math. So much has changed over the years, but we still recognize each other. It's the world around us that's become unrecognizable, even hostile. Turn them down. No, I don't want to take things further with Yana, or bridge the distance. Yeah, sure, bridge the distance. Let's go for it. My head is buzzing, and I stand all the same. I haven't gotten a proper confession like this in years, but I'm an adult. I have to say something, so I start with a smile. And when I take their hands, a faint sparkle of hope alights with their eyes. We kiss, and I feel them smile against my lips. Perhaps later, I'll say that I would have liked for us to talk for a while or stargaze on the beach when we kissed. Or that it was romantic, or just the first. But in the moment, in reality, it's messy and awkward, and good. It feels right. Shedding clothing between kisses, we move to the bed. I touch them when they remind me I can, and the rest is impulse and desire and intuition. There are moments where we laugh, when I get goosebumps and shiver at their cold fingers, and when our teeth click together, I take out the lubricant from my nightstand and then forget all about it. I think and forget a million things in this fever, and it's okay. Well, there you go. Yana opens their mouth to say something in the stillness of the night and turn to them, waiting, and then... Much later. 2 achievements unlocked, that's it, sweetie. And together in the morning with Glory's icon. Yeah, there you go. See? Sparkles. I mean, come on, she deserves something to be happy with, considering she lost everyone. Jesus. My only question is, does that push Nah, Glory's still way behind. Like, she's not gonna win just because I did that. It's not enough, to be honest. Much later. Fresh air flows into the room through the open window. Yana sleeps beside me, naked atop the sheets, letting out the occasional quiet snore. They don't seem to mind the draft at all. I sleep for roughly an hour, according to the clock. Now I'm just staring at the ceiling. Tonight, spending time with Yana, the sex. That was unexpected, but it helped. I feel lighter now. Everything that's happened since I returned has been so exhausting. There's a knot in my stomach at the thought of having to go back to Reverie. I sit on the bed, grab the necklace, and put on the nightstand while we were kissing. It's cold on my palms. Yana stirs.
Going somewhere?
I wish I could stay, but I have to visit Reverie.
Stay then. They'll be there tomorrow.
I really do have to go.
All right. As long as you come back.
Eyes closed, they raise a hand, brush my chest, and woozily pat my back before going back to sleep. For a moment, I wonder if I'll appear naked on Reverie, before I remember my clothes were always different and new. At least I have that going for me. Oh yeah, you're right. I mean, technically every time she visits there, her clothes change, so yeah, you don't take the clothes with you in this dimension. I inhale and reality shifts around me. A forbidding feeling. Reverie is holding its breath against what's to come. I think of what's happened already, and I think on how uncertain the future is for both of our realms.
How are you feeling?
To be honest, horrible. Drained.
Laszlo's dead, Yana's been targeted by MK, Jade's been taking risks, Ursula's determined to go to war, Nora's in danger, Omar's struggling. Atina's eyes are on us, and I can't help but wonder how much of this is my fault. I'm starting to wonder if I should just stop. But that's wishful thinking. I've felt these doubts before. The only way to the future is forward. And I'm hurting. We're all hurting. And I think the aspirations to care, and I need the aspirations to care. If I can't tell them how I feel, how can I make the choices I need to make? Okay, stop talking. I have to bottle up my feelings. What good would it do to unleash them? Talk about Reverie, lose one bond, and lose one chaos crystal. Open up about Brittle, lose one truth, and lose one glory. I am sorry we did not make you feel welcome and appreciated. We will do better. Lose one bond, lose one crystal, or lose one truth, lose one glory. Do I want to do either of these? Or stop talking? Oh, these are the last ones, literally. Let's talk about Brittle, I guess. I need to open up to the aspirations about what's going on Brittle. It's affecting me more than I can cope with.
Good morning, Laszlo. MK is targeting us, and they're hurting almost everyone on the island. They've tortured the Prescients. All over Atina, people are in pain, and they're hurting each other. Brittle is doing badly. And Reverie hasn't helped as much as I hoped.
Such a situation requires more than hope.
Well, at least I tried.
This is our oracle. We must not dismiss her concerns.
Okay, talk about Reverie, I guess? The aspirations manipulated me, tried to pressure me. They keep talking and talking inside my skull, pulling me to their reality whenever they see fit. They hurt each other, they lie, they're trapped in an endless contest. As these thoughts race through my mind, I make no effort to keep them private. Let them see, let them understand, I hope.
All of you, you're not good for each other, or your own world. The terrible vision I saw told me that much. Are our realms really meant to be symbiotic?
Hold up, what are you saying?
Oh, this is why they say to never meet your heroes, darling. It's natural to be disillusioned.
You're correct that Reverie is imperfect and fallible. Indeed, brittle in its way. Your skepticism is not unwarranted, but neither is it productive at this stage.
A call to reality. A call to reality. Yeah, screw it. Let's just freak them out a little bit. Literally, the only thing that happened is that everyone lost like a diamond, so I don't care. A call to reality. They all look at me somberly. It's like a cold
You
shower.
have expressed doubts in the past, but we see now that we failed to cast them away.
Aspirations are not gods, nor are we omniscient. We have our limitations as humans do.
There's gotta be something we can still do, right? To make it even?
If Reverie is forsaken, Brittle will never endure.
Desperation oozes through every word, and every pause and every silence. They're trying to make me stay.
This isn't the end, darling.
So many voices, so many ideas, all collected without harmony. They like to talk like they're afraid that if they let up for a moment, I'll leave.
It's up to her.
The moment has come. If I decide to leave, I'll forsake the role of Oracle. I'll break the link between Reverie and Brittle. If I stay, I'll be placing my fate and that of my family in the hands of the Aspirations. The choice will change the future permanently. There's no going back. Am I giving up on Reverie for good? Like, if realistically, like, I don't think I blame the Aspirations as much as the story wants me to blame them. Because it's like he said, they're not gods. They can't really control. They can influence some things, but they can't, like, change everything. So, I guess I'll stay. And I could use their help against an organization like MK rather than us fighting it alone. So, fine, I'll stay. They've eased my worries, at least for now.
All right. I've decided. I'll stay.
I can't say I know exactly what you're going through, but you have my sympathy, darling. I was MK's prisoner and I was freed. I see you yearn for your freedom as well. You may yet find it here.
At least, I'm not alone.
I have a family, a community, in Athena and in Reverie. Alright, end of chapter. Act 5, Chapter 2. Wow, there's a lot here. Alright, happily ever after. I don't know about that, if it's happily ever after, but well, there's a lot of path here in Chapter 5. Like, Chapter 5 is probably the most branching paths I've seen out of any of them. There's so much noise in my head these days. Ursula's MK lawsuit, the Aspirations urging me to choose a heart, the potential futures laid out before me like a game board. Everyone else is nervous too. Stepping outside the Naiads, a group of Prescients have suggested we take a walk and head to the beach. It may be a good idea, take everyone's thoughts off all that's happened, but my mind is elsewhere. As everyone's getting ready to go, Omar approaches me.
I think now is a good time to try boosting morale.
Yeah, how do you plan on doing that?
Right before battles, Great leaders often tell stories or make influential speeches.
I'm not a leader. And definitely not a great one.
May I remind you that you're the only one in touch with Reverie? Your scope of action is much larger than everyone else's. I don't doubt that it's uncomfortable, but people look to you for a reason.
I don't know how to answer that. I nod along as he produces a scrap of paper from his jacket and shows me a fragment of text. It's a brief excerpt from an old Oxion legend, just 4 lines.
It's about the darkest days of Athena, a time when the Oxion civilization was on the brink of collapse. I think we should try sharing it with people.
Someone is calling from us from outside. It's time to go. Once upon a time, alright, I'll come. Stepping away from being in Harmony. Stepping away from being Harmony. Oh, wow. These were the 2 branches I could have chosen if I was not Harmony anymore, if I just broke away from them. And this is the one path where you remain as Harmony. Okay. Interesting. By the time we step outside, the crowd has begun to drift toward the beach. It's gratifying seeing everyone together after all that's happened. The wind picks up a little, carrying the chatting and laughter far and wide. The poem Omar gave me is abstract. From what I can make out of it, it speaks of dark days for Athena, but also for Reverie.
There was a war? In Reverie?
Apparently. It doesn't go into details, but it seems the fall of the Oxion culture set something off across the divide. The aspirations turned on each other. It was quite brutal, it seems.
They never told me.
I guess they didn't want to heap any more pressure on you.
Me?
You. The Oracle. They couldn't find a way to end the conflict, so they created the first Oracle. In turn, the Oracle chose a new heart, and the war ended.
He smiles. He's almost as wistful gleam. There's an almost wistful gleam in his eyes, something like nostalgia.
Of course, until this week, I thought it was all a metaphor. A parable on trust or something.
There's a giggle at the back of his mind, and chaos appears, striding alongside us.
And here I was, thinking all copies of that little ditty were destroyed. I'll have to tell Power. It'll send him loopy.
Omar sighs, gently plucks the paper from my hands, and reads.
It ends with the aspirations vowing to help Athena in return for the Oracle's aid. Sounds familiar.
I see what you're doing.
Me?
You. Maybe it would do everyone some good. To hear that what we're going through has happened before, and that everything turned out okay.
That's why stories exist, right? Community. A way to share experiences and to shape the collective imagination. To inspire.
We've reached the beach. There's a good amount of people here. It's easy to forget how many of us are at the Naiads, with all its rooms and hidey holes. But spread out before us, yeah, that's a lot of people.
You coming?
Yeah. Just give me a minute.
I take his hand and pull the Oxion poem loose.
I think I'm going to go straight to the source on this one.
He huffs in playful jealousy before removing his loafers and setting out across the sand.
Come on. I know you're there.
Oh, no fair. You cheated. All those powers of yours.
Oracle? Comes with a title. You were listening?
Only a bit. Well, a lot.
Want to tell me about it?
I don't know. The others might get all moody. They don't like talking about it. It's all ancient history this, and water under the bridge that.
I look out across the beach. There are a few fires going now, but there's a sense of restlessness, a fidgety tension. The laughter from earlier has ceased.
Then again, perhaps a story might not be the worst idea.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Time to be inspirational. Oh, okay. Okay, so I choose, basically I choose what aspiration wants to give the speech. Let Bond tell the story. I tried to negotiate a truce. Nothing. There was nothing. Nothing, really? There was nothing. Nothing, really. Gained bliss and chaos. and let power speak. It was foolish to think I could just sit there and wait. Fine, let's let Bond tell the story. Wait, can I do that? Oh, wait. Can I do that or not? Or do I have to do this one first? I decide to just roll with it, play it by ear. With help, of course. Omar gathers the crowds together. I'm waving arms, and a fair amount of theatrics, and he tells me that I'm going to speak. That I'm going to tell a story. They actually seem excited.
The stage is yours.
Wait. Okay. He steps aside flamboyantly, and I move to the head of the group. There really are a lot of people here.
Hi, everyone. And so, this is an old Oxion story that, well, I think it might be just what we all need right now.
Oh, let me tell it. Do go on. I'm ever so good.
Fine, I think, but we need something inspirational, something pragmatic.
Pragmatic is my middle name. Not really, of course. It's Suzanne. At first, there was nothing.
As starts go, that's pretty absolute.
At first, there was nothing.
Very nice, good diction. There was nothing for a very long time indeed. And then, there was me. Chaos was born!
Are you serious? I repeat the line, editing on the hoof.
The first aspiration born from humanity. You see, we're not creators, we're not gods. We're concepts. Your concepts, made real by the collective subconscious.
My audience looks a little confused about where this is going, but it's too late to back out now.
As the first Homo sapiens looked out into the world, all they saw was chaos, unrest, freedom, unlimited possibility. From that possibility came me.
There's a hint of pride there, that they were the first.
I helped them make sense of the world, embrace the limitless, appreciate the boundless potential.
Then I came along.
I stumble over my words, restart the sentence, and rephrase Bliss's addition to the tale.
I taught humanity how amazing community could be. How sticking together made everything a little bit nicer, you know? Every time you lot take a new turn, one of us lot is born.
Chaos and bliss, the first aspirations. It's hard to imagine a time when all humanity had was freedom and happiness.
And for a long time, it was just the two of us, wasn't it, you little gremlin?
That's right. I was the warm fire after a hunt, or a newborn's first squeal.
And I was the growl in the night, the open plain ready to be explored.
The crowd are back on board, some of them even leaning in to hear me better.
And after that, well...
Well, indeed. Things may have gotten a little out of hand.
Okay. I open my eyes, and I hadn't even realized I've had them closed. Everyone's silent, everyone's looking at me. Chaos and bliss are there, but so are all the rest. Whose version of the story do I want to tell? Let power speak. I mean, if I need to let Bond tell the story... If I want to rally the people, like, do I want... I guess Bond would be good altogether and not power. Hold on a sec. Who's winning right now here? 49-58. 49-58. I guess... Bond? Let's go Bond. Screw it. I trust Bond to tell the most empathetic version of the story. The version everyone could use right now.
War of the Aspirations. It began... I cannot say how it began. Several have claimed the title of instigator, but the first blood was drawn between chaos and power.
That doesn't surprise me.
In a sense, it was inevitable. By our very nature, we attract opposition. Chaos desired greater freedom for reverie, and so they hoped to abolish the heart. Power disagreed.
Could have seen that coming.
His army lay siege to the labyrinth of chaos.
Army? Power mentioned something about an army before.
With enough egregor, we are able to conjure familiars, or split ourselves into 1,000 willing facets. Power used both.
But chaos laid their traps well, and their trickery ate away at power's advance.
They say truth is often the first casualty of war. And so it almost was for us. They attempted to break the deadlock, on whose side I cannot recall, and they paid a heavy price. For my own part, I tried to stem the tide of hostility. But no one would listen. Those were dark days indeed.
He sighs and falls silent. I'm not sure what to say. Before I come to any conclusions, I see Glory fade into view.
It was rather horrid. You saw what happened. When you rescued me from that misery pit and removed the Heart of Reverie, all hell broke loose. We were all afraid it was only a matter of time until the fighting broke out again.
Reverie and Brittle are mirrors. The state of one affects the other. And in the island of Athena, we found the keystone between the two realms. Was it we who caused the downfall of the Oxyons? Or was it the waning of their culture that forced us to war? Impossible to know. The bond between our realms is not a single strand, but an endless sea of connections.
Both dimensions are in a bad way right now, that's for certain. But where did this downturn start this time? With us and my mother melding? Or with the aspirations themselves? Was it MK or me?
That whole mess and this one are perfect examples of why we needed an oracle. When you can't rely on causality, at least you can get a second opinion.
Someone to choose the heart. Someone to help shape the direction of Reverie.
Someone to become the heart behind the heart. An observer and a guide.
Worked out pretty well, I'd say.
Okay, so that did that. And then... Nora nudges me in the ribs.
Go on then. You've got them in the palm of your what's-it. Don't lose them. Maybe talk about the first oracle. What were they like? Why did they choose who they chose?
Chaos interjects with a burst of laughter and jerks their thumb towards the other aspirations.
Good luck with that. Can't imagine you getting anything worth repeating out of this bunch. Or at least nothing coherent. Everyone's got an opinion.
It's like our story, isn't it? We did our part. Now it's up to you to bring it home.
But I don't know how the story ends.
Oh, it doesn't end! No stories end. They just peter out. Look, I can tell you this much. For every cycle of humanity, each time there's a big old change in your world, a new aspiration is born.
We're well overdue for a new one. Like, really, it's been ages.
Have we really settled? Is this all humanity will ever be? I want to tell the crowd about the oracles, what they mean, what they're meant to do, but I'm not sure how to go on. Wing it, or try to find out what really happened? Am I next? Do they trust me to take it from here by myself? Ask for the crowd's opinion. Alma stood strong and united against MK. What would Laszlo have said? Ask Omar to fill in the blanks. The Naiad stayed out of the fight. Okay, I can't choose that one, but I can choose this one, or this one. Okay, so what would Laszlo have said? One can only wonder, but pondering it will help you grieve and bring you closer together. Am I next? Unlock. Do they trust me to take it from here by myself? Or ask for the crowd's opinion. Alma stood strong and united against MK. They might not sugarcoat things, and they provide some interesting perspectives. What am I fathoming? Empathetic, ambitious, spiritual. Building sanctuaries, building the nexus, building the maze. Yana and Ursula interrupt, Nora and Jade whisper. An offering from Reverie, an offering from Athena. It's hard to know the future here. Okay, let me see. What if I... What would Laszlo have said? I mean, the people love Laszlo, right? So let's try to do that. Our truth? They will not sugarcoat things? Ask the crowd for their opinion. Actually, let me ask the crowd for their opinion, yeah. The crowd gathered here is just as much as part of this as I am, so I decided to include them.
Where the story goes from here? Well, I suppose that's up to you now. Consensus. That's what we need. On the type of aspiration who should rule over the next stage of history.
They like that. There are smiles and rumblings. Someone shouts that they choose whichever aspiration would guarantee a decent cap on energy prices. There's laughter. Another voice asks which political system the aspirations lean towards. After some more larking about, the discussion takes a more serious turn. Some want an aspiration who could ensure equality for all. Others argue that the people currently in power don't deserve equality. Eventually, there's an agreement. The crowd is still angry at MK and at the world and the systems that led us to this point. They would choose a fighting aspiration, one that would bring order to the chaos of the worlds. Jade and Nora share a look. They seem pleased. Wouldn't that be power? Wouldn't that be power? Yeah, that feels like power. Who were the oracles? Why them? I decide to consult the aspirations, despite their reluctance to dictate the end of the story. I just hope that I don't look too odd back in Brittle. I open my eyes and they're just there, waiting.
Who were the oracles? How did you choose them? Did you even choose at all? What do you want from me? Really?
The silence that follows is heavy, laced with unspoken thoughts. I see a few of the gathered figures cast anxious glances at one another.
So, nothing's changed, has it? I'll have to figure this out by myself.
I close my eyes again, imagining myself back in Brittle.
Harmony, wait!
Yes. My eyes fly open.
Don't call me that!
The truth is, we chose the first oracle out of desperation.
We needed them.
We needed their guidance.
We needed an end to the war. An end we were unable to bring about ourselves.
So, that's all they were? At all?
Initially, yes.
But then, well, we realized you're all right, you lot. Humanity.
You may not believe this, but it turned out we'd been so obsessed with our own affairs that we'd completely overlooked everything in Brittle.
And so the arrangement became permanent, and the oracles became a guiding hand on the rudder of Reverie.
Not leaders, but advisors.
Major domos.
Producers.
Friends!
But what about me? What do you want from me?
That, I'm afraid, is up to you. What kind of oracle you choose to become is not up to us. It is the very nature of the agreement that you continue as your own person.
Right? Right.
Okay. Don't spend too much long here, because then I close my eyes and I'm back in Brittle, exactly. I'm getting the hang of this now, hopping between realms. Time pauses easily as I hop back and forth between Brittle and the sanctuaries. My audience is watching.
Well, in that case, I'm going to be...
Empathetic, ambitious, and spiritual. A good oracle must be dedicated to more than just materialistic consideration. A good oracle is someone who cares for everyone, not the select few. Why be good when you can be great? Oh, okay, so I need to pick two. I guess spiritual... ambitious? Is ambitious one? Ambitious, this one, empathetic. Okay, I have to be empathetic, right? Building the maze. What does that mean? Building the maze. Okay, let me try building the nexus. Empathetic. I close my eyes for a moment before addressing the crowd again.
As the Oracle, I want to be empathetic. As the Oracle, I want to feel what others feel and consider how others will react. Every decision must be for the benefit of the many, not the few.
People are smiling, and there are a few claps. Ambitious or spiritual. A good oracle must be dedicated to more than just materialistic considerations. Is that what spiritual really means? Ambitious. I mean, I do want to be ambitious also. Ambitious. Let's be ambitious. I feel a hammering in my chest as I open my mouth to speak.
An oracle has to be fearless, ambitious, determined. Every decision I make must be firm, with everything I have behind it. Change requires strength, and I have the strength to be an effective oracle.
The crowd cheers. They like this talk of directness. Okay, so building the maze. Fighting is messed up. What a waste of time, right, Glory? Building the maze. The crowd's talking, and the murmurs merge. I manage to make out the overriding opinion. The oracle I'm describing is a kind of warrior.
Yes. A valid choice. Indeed, the very first oracle had the heart of a warrior. To bring about peace, they turned to war. They urged us to fight. To show our prowess on the field of battle. Fighting and fighting until all were weakened. And we saw that nothing had changed. We realized the futility of it all. The pointless waste. The Oracle had us build the labyrinth. A maze to store all our grievances. A place where they could be forgotten. We still bear the scars of that quarrel. In more ways than one. And of course, there was only one real way to end the war. They had to bring peace to Brittle, too.
Interesting. Yana and Ursula interrupt. Jade and Nora and Jade whisper. I heard them giggling for the last few minutes. Yana and Ursula interrupt. This unexpected alliance must surprise you. Yana and you spend the night together. Yeah, let's go with this one. Yana and Ursula interrupt. That one only happens if I spent the night with Yana, so I'm definitely picking this. The aspiration fades, and the crowd before me comes into focus once more.
Wait.
They brush my back as they step forward. They've been so silent, I didn't even see them arrive at the beach.
That sounds like a pretty lousy way to end a war.
End a war? Can they see the aspirations now? They move beside me and place a hand on the small of my back. I turn to them and they smile, reassuring but also enticing. Omar must see the look of confusion pass over my face.
Polly, you were talking about the first oracle like you were relaying someone else's words.
Oh. I come too. Yana smiles, rubs my arms tenderly, and moves behind me.
Oh, yes. I didn't realize I was, I guess.
Ursula nods at Yana.
They're right, of course. The role of an oracle should be to integrate themselves into reverie, immerse themselves in the ways of the aspirations.
I know if I had access to all human wisdom and knowledge, I'd definitely want to learn from them.
Jade rolls her eyes. Nora nudges her as Yana looks over, a curious expression on their face. An offering from Reverie, an offering from Athena. Find rest in Athena, find an offering from Reverie. Unlimited strength, a secret. A sense of wisdom, a secret. A gift from the Prescience, a necklace, a secret ally. A necklace, the gift of the Prescience. What's an offering from Reverie? What the hell are you guys gonna give me here? There are no aspirations here, but I feel the words flowing through me from elsewhere.
The first oracle split their time between the realms. They learned from the aspirations, but also their fellow humans. This was their skill. Duality of perspective. But to end the war in Brittle, they had to rely on Reverie. They listened to the aspirations, individually and together, and in the end, they gave the Oracle a gift. A way to bring peace to Brittle.
They did? They did? How? Unlimited strength. They cut their way through anything. A secret. Is there an opinion I'm not seeing here? Unlocked by MI next. I don't have that. A sense of wisdom. Truth, bliss, and glory. Unlimited strength. That unlocks that. A sense of wisdom, unlimited strength, a sense of let's go with a sense of wisdom. Unlimited strength? Okay, hold on. What does this do? The state of Athena, put faith in people, face the tyrant. Jesus, like go up against him there. Put the faith in people, clean slate, use the necklace, a story about knowledge. Gain 2 truth, gain 2 glory. Let's go to truths, I guess. Story about knowledge, story about love, story about ambition. Oh, yeah, this does choose. So whoever I have, look at this. A story about moving forward, a story about comfort, a story about luck, a story about knowledge, a story about love, a story about ambition. So depending who I have 3 with, it's gonna go with that. I think I have 3 with almost everything, don't I? A sense of wisdom. Let's go with that. Yeah. Truth's voice stirs in the deepest recesses of my mind. Though I can't understand the language they're speaking, Oxyon, I understand the feeling behind it. There's something they want me to know. A gift they take joy in giving. Something granted once before to another oracle. This is how it happens.
Wisdom. The aspirations gave them wisdom. After spending so much time in Reverie, the Oracle inherited more knowledge than any human before them. They were able to see beyond the veil, into pure reason. This wisdom gave them great power. But their vision of Brittle became blurred? Unsure.
The state of Athena. The crowd is hooked. I don't even know if it's me who's telling the story now, or if it's some or all the aspirations are talking through me. But all these words, all these stories, they all want to hear more. And if caught in the same strange trance, Omar addresses the crowd.
This was back when Athena was facing its darkest days. There was an ecological disaster. The specifics are lost to time, but we know the population was devastated by vicious storms, which brought floods and mudslides. Then, as they are wont to do, A dictator arose, taking advantage of the pain and suffering to wield absolute power. The people were despondent. The ruling class's own inadequacy provided the perfect distraction. As they lurched from one calamity to the next, the populace grew ever more apathetic. And when there were signs of rebellion, half the populace looked away, or sided against their own interests.
It was up to the Oracle to break this cycle, to break the system that had enslaved the people. So they had to act. They decided to.
Face a tyrant, or put faith in people, unite them and give them something to believe in? I think put faith in people. Yeah, let's try that. Put faith in people.